Good afternoon, members of the press. My name is Wanjiko Waithera. I am part of the legal team representing Mr. Dunstan Omari, who is currently suing the Kenya Commercial Bank of Kenya for illegal listing of his persona under the CRB. Mr. Omari is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. He is a well-established lawyer with a lot of reputational gain within this country and has done extensive work. And his illegal listing by KCB not only affects his work but also challenges his credibility as an advocate. We have currently sued KCB Bank, and we will be going to court. We'll be going back to court on the 5th of April to be able to defend Mr. Omari against this illegal listing. Thank you.
For the state. Now, late last year, the year 2024, our client, Mr. Dunstan Omari, a renowned and revered advocate of the High Court of Kenya and a law lecturer in various universities and a commenter on a number of public interest matters within the Republic of Kenya, sought a loan facility from Cooperative Bank. Now, after he sought this facility, there were some background checks that were done by Cooperative Bank that indicated that he had taken up a loan, or he had an unperforming loan which he acquired from KCB, this is Kenya Commercial Bank, in the year 2015, and had failed to pay an amount of about 63,000 shillings and some few shillings. And for that reason, he had been listed by KCB Bank with the TransUnion Credit Reference Bureau. This is the CRB Bank, the CRB. For that reason, Cooperative Bank of Kenya were unable to advance this loan facility to senior Mr. Dunstan Omari. This ended up causing him a lot of discomfort. Of course, it cost him huge losses, or a loss for that matter. Now, we received instructions from Mr. Dunstan Omari to write to KCB asking the reasons why he had been listed at the CRB as a loan defaulter. Yet, in his person, he knew too well that he had since paid that amount of money since the year 2015, but had been listed as a loan defaulter sometime in the month of October, the year 2016. So upon writing to KCB, they refused to reply to our letter. And the reply that we got from them was for us to withhold the criminal or the action that we were supposed to take against them. Now, this year, after this lull, after their refusal to respond to the number of concerns that we had raised with them, we have commenced defamatory proceedings before the magistrates court within Milimani commercial courts, and the matter is listed before Honorable Hosea Mwangi, and will be coming up for a mention on the 2nd day of April 2025, so that KCB can be compelled to pay damages to Mr. Dunstan Omari for, number one, denting his credibility or financial credibility for that matter. Mr. Dunstan Omari, as you well know, will be running for the position of the Senator of Nairobi, over and above being an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, a revered law lecturer, and a political commentator. And for his irregular listing with the CRB, it has damaged his reputation, it has led to financial losses on his part, and will be calling upon the court in the fullness of time to compel KCB to make good, number one, to correct that listing, or the listing of Mr. Dunstan Omari as one of these defaulters. Number two, we'll be asking that KCB be compelled to pay damages to Mr. Dunstan Omari for destroying his financial credibility, for destroying his name and ruining his reputation as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, the incoming Senator of Nairobi, and over and above that, a revered political commentator within the Republic of Kenya. I think that should be all from us. As you can see, we equally have members of the public who are curious about the listing of Mr. Dunstan Omari as a defaulter. This is a man who has been holding himself out there as someone who is financially capable, someone who is financially stable, to lead this country as a senator of the Republic of Kenya, of Nairobi. Thank you. The magistracy is empowered under law, under the Magistrates Court Act of the year 2015, to award Mr. Dunstan Omari damages up to 20 million shillings. So we'll be hoping that the court will be pleased. I mean, from the fact that we have tabled before the court, that the court will arrive at the conclusion that Mr. Dunstan Omari is deserving of general damages of 20 million shillings to be paid to him for ruining his reputation and for listing him erroneously and irregularly as a loan defaulter of 65,000 shillings. Imagine the incoming senator of Nairobi has been unable to pay 65,000 shillings from the year 2016 to date. That is in itself, tantamount to, that is gross defamation. That is gross violation of his rights as a person, ruining his reputation as someone who's been holding himself out, as someone who looks very financially stable. The suit that Mr. Dunstan Omari is way in excess of the 65,000 shillings that they are claiming he's been unable to pay. And you know, the law so requires that any person who is bankrupt cannot run for any public office. So listing Mr. Dunstan Omari as a loan defaulter is tantamount or equivalent to rendering him, saying that he's bankrupt and therefore incapable of holding any public office for that matter. Thank you.